Okay, next is schedule agreement. So schedule agreement also, this is a long-term agreement with the vendor. So we'll have validity period and we have negotiated terms and conditions here as well. And it is almost similar to the contract, but it has more advantages compared to the contract, as we can create schedule lines directly from the MRP, and we no need to create a contract release order every time against the scheduling agreement. Okay, but mostly the scheduling agreement will be used less in most of the organization. Generally, contract will be mostly used outline agreement. Okay, so the scheduling agreement we can create with reference to requisition, with reference to RFQ, with reference to other contract. Okay, and also we can create using the app and which is the transaction codes what we seen yesterday. That is ME31L is to create the schedule agreement. Okay, so we have item category that is allowed standard and consignment. Here item category W and M is not allowed. Okay, that is only specifically for contract, not for schedule agreement. And we also have account assignment category that is allowed like cost center, project, order, asset. Okay, these are the item account category also that can be allowed. Okay, once schedule agreement is created, we have to create a schedule line so that whatever the information or whatever the orders we need on which date and the quantity, those will be specified in the schedule lines. Okay, that is the overall information on the schedule agreement. Okay, here M and W is not allowed as into the contract. So it is like similar to contract, it is validity period. We have negotiated terms and conditions. And yeah, we can also use central agreed contract to create scheduling agreement. Okay, as we can create with reference to that, we can also use central agreed contract to create a scheduling agreement that is allowed. And here we are not allowed to use item category. This one, account as category unknown, that is not allowed. But in case of a contract, we can use item category, account as category U, unknown. But here it is not allowed. That is another change between contract to scheduling agreement. So whatever the requirement we are going into send it to vendor, those requirements we can split it up in the schedule lines and we can specify the dates. These dates, this quantity I need. Okay, that is
Hmm.
the delivery schedule lines wherein we specify the actual requirement on the given date. Okay, so that's why they are called as schedule lines. So goods receipt for scheduling agreement can be posted prior to the schedule line date only. Okay, consider if I am specifying some schedule lines, maybe I need it on 28th of November. So I can do it before or on the date. So
Hmm.
if the date is crossed, system won't allow us to do the GR. Okay,
Okay.
that is another functionality. So advantages we have seen in the previous section also. So we don't need to create every time the purchase order, contract release order similar to contract. So we just use the same document and we can just update the date and quantity. And we have this yeah, during MRP we can create a schedule lines. Okay, from the MRP run. Okay, and we have app called Manage Purchase Schedule Agreement. That is the app to create, change, and monitor the schedule agreement. And we have to generate schedule lines also. We have an app called Manage SCA Delivery Schedule. This is an app. Okay, Schedule Agreement Delivery Schedule. ACA means.
This is for schedule lines.
Right. Schedule lines. This is app, separate app for that.
And the same is being copied into your PO, right?
No, here PO not used. Where there is
Okay.
no PO. Schedule lines itself is the
Will be
This one,
working as a PO.
confirmation, yes. That is the one we send it to vendor.
Hmm.
No PO here. Okay. And the transaction code ME31L to create, ME32L to change, ME33L to display. In case if you want to create stock transport schedule agreement, we have a transaction code that is ME37 that we can use. In case transfer between different plants, if they are using scheduling agreement, the option is also available. But I've never seen using this schedule. Generally, scheduling agreement itself very rarely used. Mostly used in most of the automobile sectors. Even
Okay.
that is where the scheduling agreements are used mostly. ME38 is to maintain the delivery schedule.
Hmm.
Okay, from here we can generate a schedule lines from schedule delivery schedule.
Okay.
So automatic creation of schedule lines, and yeah, let's see this. Okay, here how the automatic scheduling will done means the schedule lines are generated during MRP run. That the example they are showing. Consider we have schedule agreement 5511 that is available for this material 1 and the plant 1010 for the supplier A. So in material master record, this MRP view, right? If we have a procurement type as F, means if it is an external procurement for this material master, and there is a MRP, the parameter will be like 2 or 3. Means 2 means it has to generate a schedule lines. Okay,
All right.
so we are generating normal classic MRP. When we run it for this material, it will check if there is any shortage of the requirement. Okay, requirement should be generated. Then it will automatically generate a schedule lines like this. The quantity 10 is required on 20th January, 15 is required by 21st January. Like that, based on the MRP settings, it will generate a schedule lines like this.
Hmm.
Generally in the other cases, what it will do, it creates a PR, then somebody comes and generates or convert that into PO like that. But here it will generate and it will directly send the requirement to the vendor. Okay, that is how
Okay.
the automatic creation of schedule lines during the MRP run will happen. Okay, based on the settings in the material master, uh, also the material. Yeah. So these are transaction codes for this one MRP run classic this one MD01 and MZ03. So MRP live in SAP S4HANA they have this MD01N. This is a new transaction code. This is available. Okay, this will see in the we have MRP chapter, right? There we will see in the detail.
Okay.
So next is creating scheduling agreements without release documentation. How in contract we have two document types, right? Quantity and value contract. Similarly, here the scheduling agreement is same only. There is no different type, but one with a release documentation, one without release documentation. So they're differentiated as a two different document in that case. Okay,
Hmm.
the without release documentation is nothing but in contract also we have that release document, right? Once contract is created, if I'm creating 5 POs, if I go to the release documentation, I can see what 5 POs are created, how much quantity they ordered using that PO, and what
Right.
quantity or value that is consumed. So that is a release
Right.
documentation, right? Like that, in schedule agreement also, once we create a schedule lines,
Hmm.
okay, in case of without release documentation, I'm not going to see what happened, what are the schedule lines which are sent to the vendor. I don't have any information in that case. Okay,
Hmm.
in the without release documentation. In case of other document which is called with release documentation, I can see the complete overview, what dates, what quantities which are ordered from the vendor. So that's how
Hmm.
it gives us the documentation details, the history of the order. Okay,
Sir,
and also,
my question is, we can
hmm,
send the schedule agreements with schedule lines to vendor, right? So can you
not
track
schedule
what?
agreement, schedule lines.
Right. So can you
Hmm.
track the progress? Because we will be
Oh,
doing the GRN with respect to that scheduling agreements, right?
right, right, correct.
So can you see the progress?
Yeah, yeah, we can check it. It will be there in the, it is attached to that this one, right? Delivery schedule in the schedule agreement.
Okay.
Yeah. So that too, without release documentation, that's why there are two documents, right? One is without release, one is with. In without release, those quantities and dates, we cannot track it, we cannot see it. And
Hmm.
once this without release documentation is saved, if you save the delivery schedule line, it will directly send to the vendor all the information. Okay. But in case of with release documentation, we can, it won't send to the vendor directly, it will be saved in the system. We can release and we can send it to vendor at any time we want.
Hmm.
That's the advantage. Okay. Here you can see all open schedule lines are included in each message. This type of are therefore suitable for limited number of schedule lines. As we are not tracking, it is better to have if there are a limited number of requirement with the dates, then this specific document type will be allowed to use in the system. Okay, let us see. Okay. So here if you see, this is a schedule agreement. There are two as like how we have quantity and value contract. Here there's a LP and LPA. Two document types are there. So LP is nothing but this is without release documentation. So this is schedule agreement. For this, I'm creating a this delivery schedule. It's a delivery schedule. This is the one. Okay, 10 quantity and 15 quantity with the date which is there. So this schedule delivery schedule will send it to the vendor as a schedule lines. Okay, same data. So this will send to supplier. Okay, this is how the normal without delivery schedule line release documentation will work. Okay, it will send the data directly, and we can't see the history of that. Okay, with against the release documentation in the scheduling agreement. So let us see so that I will get some idea because mostly the scheduling agreements are used less in any of the organization. So mostly most of the people not used it and not aware.
Yeah, mostly not ever actually.
Yeah, yeah. Creating skill agreement is same, CMS contract only. There is no change in that. Only the document type is different. See, the screen is same only to create skill agreement. Okay, no change in that. Only here, here we select document type as WKMK. Here it is LP. Other one is LPA, LPA or LPD. Okay. So here also we have validity end, start and end date will be there. So here also the item overview, right? It is same as contract only, no change. So enter material here. On the only thing in scheduling agreement is we have to use material only here. We cannot use the non-material scheduling agreement. Okay, that's why item category W and M are not allowed here. It is meant for materials only, scheduling agreement. Okay, we
Hmm.
cannot use it for non-material purpose. Okay, we have created a scheduling agreement. So this is there just sending the scheduling agreement to vendor if they want to check the details of the scheduling agreement. So this is a scheduling agreement, how this looks like. So now we are maintaining delivery schedule for this. So we can go to the scheduling agreement and we need to select the line, which line we need to create a delivery schedule. Click on that. Here you can see there is a button called delivery schedule. Okay, just select the delivery schedule. And here we have to enter the date and the quantity. Even we
Mm.
can specify time also. Okay, we have also called as just-in-time process, wherein we can specify the time also. Because some of the customers will not have the storage place to store the material. When they start their production, they specify the time. That time, if it is available, they just start using it into the production, instead of storing the material. That is just-in-time production. So we're entering the date and the quantity. So like that, if we see here, it will even calculate the what is the cumulative quantity we are ordering. It is keep on adding each and every row, and total quantity now we are ordering is 3,400. But different dates, different quantities are we are ordering. Okay, from the vendor. So this is the delivery schedule what we have created. If we see below, we can see the dates with the quantity here. You can see. Okay, it is a target quantity. It will have the what is scheduled quantity and what is we are ordering for each date. In case if I come and change something, it key. So we no need to generate new PO or something like that. Okay, this delivery schedule itself will be the document. We can update at any time and we can inform to the vendor. But it should be before delivery date. Okay. Yeah, you can see whatever they updated, they can send this after that directly. So now I
Mm.
need to create new document. So the first one, they change the delivery date, so it's updated here, and they can send the message to the vendor. So this is how the scheduling agreement without release documentation will work. So with release